Welcome back, Nana here. In this session, we are going to see about how to change the employment generation to automatic actually. So I will now go on and share my screen now. So if you go there and then if you go on and try to create a user, go to Suryapan maintenance. They will not try to create a user actually. I click on it and then go to the search now. I go to the manage users. Let us now create a user. So click on plus and then I will now try to make an employment generation. So those who are working in HCM, they have already done some changes from automatic to manual actually. Just one dot, just to upgrade. Username is test one dot. Everything is okay. Go there. Person type is what automatic or employee. Make it as employee. And then here legal entity. I will now put here's one here. And then the business unit is what here's one. And then have a customary habit of giving one job for every user because he is a legal user. And so he must have associated to one job actually. And now if I try to create it, what happens? It will not say the employment number generation is not valid actually. So because even close, it will not show that employee number generation is not valid because they have not set it to manual. The HCM team has set it to manual. So a person number with the value is already existing. So if it is a manual one, what you have to do is you have to change the employee start number actually, or otherwise make it as automatic actually. So for testing purposes, the HCM team has what happens made it as manual actually. So let's now go there and then make it automatic. I give a cancel now. You're done now. So now go to what manage and HCM info. You go on and make it as manage HCM information. Manage enterprise HCM information is the one. So a Redwood page will open up for doing the editing actually. Now it is not a Redwood page, it's a normal page actually. Otherwise, whatever the Redwood page will be coming. So go there. And then here in the enterprise information, you can see the worker number generation is manual actually. And so the initial person number is 8001. So if you make it a 16,000 or 18,000, probably it will get saved actually because at this number we have already some other employee number there now. So let us now edit and then make it as automatic actually. I click on edit and update. I click on update. Update will tell you which employee has changed the record actually on the background table. So you can very easily identify who has changed this record. It's a very sensitive one. Normally, human capital management team only will be doing it actually. And then drop down. So we normally use the people group plus field actually. So so if you see this now, is using global sequence actually. This is using what legal enterprise employee legal employee sequence. So one of them we can very well use actually. So I don't know which one to use actually, but this will be dealt by what happens the HCM team actually. In manual, you have to change that 8000 start number actually. So now make it as bot and go there, make it as global and go there. So click on submit, by which what happens the employee number generation has been changed actually. And click on OK. Now let us go there. So whenever you make any major change, you have a habit of what logging out and logging in. Fine, go there. So go there. So click on that and then log out or log in. Click on it. And then here, sign out and sign in. because major changes, it is customary to what happens, sign out and sign in now. Now we will now go to what the manage users, then it will not give any problem at all. We'll now go to what server maintenance. If it is a Redwood page, it will be having a different values altogether instead of manual. So choose the appropriate one. I click on search now. Now only classic page is coming, and so manage my users. Now go to the manage users. So click on plus now. I will give the same values for test1, test2. Email is test1 dot test2 at the rate gmail.com. Username is test1 dot test2. Employee, person type is an employee. And then I will now put the appropriate. And remember, in supply chain, we need to have a legal employee to be associated to every legal user for transactional purposes, actually. So go ahead and give it, and then have a customary job, because it's preferable to have a job now. So this time when you give a save, it will not save coolly now. I click on the save and close now. It will not give any problem because it's automatic. Then number generation, again, what happens? A person number with a value already exists, enter a unique number. So you need to, what happens? You enter a different number. So in the global one, what happens? It will be giving this problem now. Fine. Let us not choose the other one, fine, because the global one is again giving some other error. No, fine, click on it. Give a cancel. Let us not try to give some the other option actually. Suppose I manage. SCF. So this you have to consult with what's called your payroll team. They will not suggest you exactly about which one you had to use. Now, fine, click on it, and update, click on update now. You entered an existing effective start date, record on the, it's okay, it's okay, you want it doesn't matter. No, effective date has got changed actually. So enterprise information, fine, this is not exactly working. Initial person number and automatic prior to submission is the one now. One of the options which is available now. I click on it. Automatic prior to submission, automatic upon final save. I will now choose automatic upon final save actually. Right? Automatic upon final save. Prior to submission is one. I will now change to automatic upon final save actually. And then go there. And then it is the people group flux field now. So this is what it is. I can go there and drop it down. People group flux field is the one which is normally used for this now. Fine. And then initial number also, let me make a change now. Fine. 16,000 to, because somewhere something is there. Here, this area, without knowing much about it, do not touch anything at all. I have not used the first option. Now find this, or I have not made the second option. So with the trial and error, I'm not making everything. Now fine, it's okay. Fine, and change the initial number also, and then change this settings, and then change this also. Fine. Employee model, 3-tier multiple employee, and go there, drop it down. And 2-tier there, multiple contracts, single assignments. There are so many models are there in this now. I click on it. Go there and then click on submit. Now we have made multiple changes to it now. But normally supply chain team will not be touching this area at all. Enterprise information will not be touching it. Only HCM team will be touching it. So whenever you're having a problem on what happens, you're creating a user there, then what happens, you come over here and then do that. That is what my recommendation is. But learn it fully on the HCM team, but what exactly each and everything means, they will teach you, and then accordingly do it. Because one guy has got stuck in the production, and then he asked me to whatever find out. So I told him that I will not make a check of it, but I'm again not fully aware of it. This video I'm going to give it to him for solving the problem, but it may solve your user problem, but May not be exact actually. User creation problem is solved, but initial numbers. This should be done ideally by only by what the HCM team actually. So whenever you have such a issue, you immediately refer it to your HCM team and then get their what happens recommendation. Uh, Sometimes they might have purposely made it as manual also. So it must be a coordinated activity. Employee use one. Use one. HR. Click on save and close. So it is not done. And then always have a customary habit of signing out and signing in whenever you make any major changes. Because the changes will reflect on the system after some time. The system has got an inbuilt mechanism of syncing it. But since we want to test it immediately, whatever, you log out and log in. Sign out and sign in. So go there, go to the task. I'm going to create 16,002 is my employee number actually. They are now given change from 8,000 to 16,000. So we are giving the email ID, the username. Go down. This is the employee. Use one. Here is use one. Sure. Let us hope that this time it doesn't throw any error at all. Now I click on save and close. So I must be able to whatever create the record. The email that you have processed provided is already used by test to find that is because what happens in the initial stage it has not been done. So one email cannot be given to multiple users. So in the temporary one, it has already gone in, and so whatever they have to change it now. Fine, click on it. So the previous one, it has already registered the email. Fine. So go there, now make a change to what to now. Okay, one email per person actually. So the previous record, even though it doesn't get saved actually, and then I will now make a change of this last name and first name in the username also. I will now make a change to test22, right? Because that user might have also got saved somewhere now. Fine. So everywhere I'm putting 22 now. I click on save and close. So this completes this now. But in reality, you cannot do like this now. Right? Just for succeeding it, we are doing all these changes. One email per user. One that email cannot be given to another person. So even though the previous one we failed actually, but what happens is that it keeps that record that email is consumed actually. You only have to query and then what happens modify the record actually. So consult always your HCM team on doing it. Now I will not go there and then query for the rest to do and then make a search. You will not find it. So you'll now find this test1, test22 is now coming. Now I click on it. So you see all these things, whatever we have created, everything is now there actually. The only thing is what happens is they have some problem because of which it's got not fully saved actually. So this one I'm using it now. I click on it. Or probably that one also got saved actually. I'm not very sure about it. It gave an error, but probably it might have got saved actually. Test1.s2 is the one now. And if you go on and see this now, and click on it, we'll see whether it is active or not. User is there, it's active only. That means what? It threw an error, but it saved the record actually. It saved the record. So, but first of all, the HCM information, you learn it from the HCM team regarding the people group workspace. And then instead of manual, make it as automatic, the start numbers, everything. It doesn't show you anywhere the employee number at all on the screen actually. Maybe it will be showing you somewhere else. So this is the way you have to do it now. I click on it. So we stopped this record. So we now understood about how to do the employee number generation in a automatic, whatever is it, in this thing. So bye for now.